So I believe I have an update on, oh, what did I call it? Group identity. Basically, the pronouns that my coworkers use, because it seems like that culture kind of sticks with the legacy pronouns. So that's right there. Longer than most other people that don't see me very often. Well, interestingly enough, people have actually started calling me she here recently, which, I mean, I don't want to force people into doing that, but it is really interesting when people spontaneously start switching the pronouns they use, because like, hey, maybe that means that my transition isn't going as badly as I expected, or as badly as I felt. Because if everybody keeps calling you he, it makes you kind of feel like, well, what am I mean, is it really going that far? But whatever. So that's pretty nice. On one occasion, so there was a new person, and one of my really close friends, and they were at the coffee machine, and I came over just because our coffee machine is really fancy. It also makes hot chocolate, so you press press 4 buttons, and you get hot chocolate. So I go for hot chocolate, everyone else goes for the coffee machine. But, so my very good friend was talking with one of the new guys. I walk over, and my friend starts telling the new guy about me. Like, oh, this is Rin. He can do this and this. And I was like, thanks. It's just like, I wasn't like that. I was like, okay, cool. Just because, like, well, whatever. I think it's other people's choice to call me which pronoun they want. Well, evidently, when I left, because I was like, yeah, I can help you with any of those things, because I do like the work stuff that I can help with or whatever. And so I just walked off because I had shit to do. Well, evidently, after I left, my friend and the new guy had a discussion. Like, my friend said, made it sound like it lasted quite a while, like maybe 20 minutes or something like that, where the new guy was really surprised that he called me he. So that's like, oh, that's interesting. And so, so my friend texted me like, oh, hey, I'm really sorry. I didn't think about this. I didn't mean to make you feel like shit. I probably did. And I was like, wow, interesting. Either you have a very good like perception of like, cause yeah, I mean, it did kind of make me feel kind of but oh well. I don't feel like I conveyed it. I don't feel like I conveyed that very well. I may have made like a face whenever he said he, but oh well. But either way, I feel like mostly it's not. It was a reaction not provoked by me. At least not provoked by me via words. It's provoked by me because of how I look now. So that's pretty cool. Also a little bit how I act, maybe. I don't know. But so that's interesting. And then another thing happened. So another coworker, very good friend, she texted me like a week ago or something like that. Like, hey, I mean, I hope this isn't too personal or whatever, but would you prefer me to change pronouns or whatever? And I beat around the bush, and I was like, well, it's up to you. And yeah, I mean, whenever someone beats around the bush that much, it's inevitable. Like, for instance, if I ask somebody, like, hey, do you want me to do a favor for you? And they're like, well, you don't have to. I'd be very, like, I'd take that as a yes. So probably, even though I was trying to be like, just like, well, just do whatever you want, it probably came off as yes. Either way, funny thing happened today. So we were in a meeting, and my manager is out on vacation. He's just like having fun with his kid and finally getting away from work for a couple days. And so my friend, same friend, she was kind of like filling in for him in the meeting, because it was like the team meeting, and she was kind of like, okay, so Mr. Manager said for us to talk about this stuff, so I'll talk about it instead. So that's kind of cool. Well, she was referring to me as she, and everybody else started referring to me as she. So it was like a contagious thing. I think it's one of those things where everybody knows. It's very obvious that I'm trans. And I think people are just waiting for a thing to take it over. Unfortunately, oh, it's a radio. unfortunately, I love this thing. Unfortunately, I picked that moment to become very absent-minded. And I kind of just like, I wandered off in my thoughts because I can't remember what it was, but for some reason, we were talking about like list of things to do. And I just got stuck thinking about like, okay, what do I have to do after this meeting? Like, what parts do I have to go out and buy? What all this stuff do I have to do? And, well, so then I tuned back into the conversation. My friend saying, oh yeah, she can do this and she can do that. And then the other people were like, oh yeah, she's really good at that. And I was like, so I actually said, oh sorry, I kind of tuned out. Are you talking about Lindsay? Because she's someone that also can do really, really great things. And everyone was like, no. And I was like, and then at that moment I realized they're talking about me. So I felt like I just totally like undermined that, and I felt pretty bad. So I was like, just never mind me. Just never mind me. But yeah, I hope I didn't mean, because it's like I was confused just because I didn't the things that they were saying I was good at aren't things that I think I'm really good at, and not being called she or her. I was actually really happy about that, but at first I was judging by like the skills that they were talking about me having, that they must be talking about somebody else that I think is better at those skills. And so I feel like I fear that I conveyed like the meaning of like misunderstanding due to the gender they were using, the pronouns that they were using, and not for just, well, being absent-minded and thinking about other things and kind of tuning out of the meeting. But oh well. I think it's interesting. I like it. It's awesome. I hope that like, I mean, like with that, I hope I don't like make people feel like, oh shit, should we not change what we call you or something like that. It's like, no, keep going. It's fine. Just do what you want. But yeah, it's just interesting. Makes me happy. Makes me really happy. I mean, because it's not like I'm actually like trying to transition to like go from one stereotype to another. But I like to see like, just what happens. And it's like, it's interesting to get information because I'm getting information, getting feedback. So wonderful. And especially, it's not like vocal feedback. Because like, for instance, there's just something, it feels like you're kind of cheating yourself by like, if you tell someone like, oh, you have to call me by this and this or whatever. But if you tell them by how you are, just like how you act, and then they change how they treat you, then that's like, oh, it's a reward. It's recognition, I guess. I don't know. Well, that's pretty much it. I got a pizza in the toaster oven, and I think I'll go eat that. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching. See ya!